Hi everybody, this is Janet Wright, and this is an energy healing recap video. It's introducing you to this triplet group energy healing set of 3 healings that we are doing in late November 2018. It's pretty chilly out, so I'm all bundled up. But in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the concepts and also overview the techniques. This triplet set, the theme is peace of mind in 3 different ways. So not just peace of mind, but peace of mind with daily tasks, with birthdays, and with holidays. With and during holidays. So it's basically my proactive clearing triplet set for the holiday season that is coming up in November and December, and for some people, you know, New Year's is a holiday too. So there's a way where you can proactively clear and therefore be much more present and well in that time period. So we didn't overall, you know, clear the last 6 months, clear the next 6 months type of set recently, and that was sort of the first time that we focused on proactive clearing. But this is another one specific to the holidays, but also specific to daily tasks. And birthdays I just throw in with holidays because some people do have some really big birthday related baggage. So it's a similar way that you clear it. So I figured it's holidays and birthdays. But daily tasks too. There are people that resist things that they have to do every month, or they have to do, I mean, I shouldn't say there are people, like it's only some people. I think probably almost everybody, there might be something that you have to do every Monday morning, or every Wednesday at noon, or every Sunday, or every weekday morning, and you just resist these tasks, and you are not as present and focused and at peace with these tasks as you could be. And that's because you have triggered energy blocks that trigger, so like stored blocked energy in your space triggers and comes forward in your aura every time that you're about to do these tasks, and it's unnecessary. If you were to proactively clear that stored stuck energy, then there'd be a lot less of it coming forward, making those Monday mornings or those weekday mornings more intense for you. It's just not necessary to suffer the same drama every month or every week, or there's really clearing that you can do, particularly if you do it over time, you really kind of click with that idea that you can proactively clear this stuff. It can change everything basically. So yay! So that's what this set's about. It's peace of mind is so priceless. I don't know if that makes sense to people, because if you don't have a lot of peace of mind, you're like, yeah, thanks, Janet. If you had 4 kids like I do, you wouldn't have peace of mind either, or whatever. It's like you always think it's easy to think that you don't have peace of mind because of situation XYZ in your daily life. But having peace of mind often relates to the throat chakra, 5th chakra, number 5 in your throat. And also, of course, then your 5th layer of your aura, right? Your aura is the energy bubble all around you that you're in, right? That gets generated by your chakras. And each of these main chakras generates a layer of that bubble. So it has 7 layers to it, right? So your 5th layer, your 5th chakra, throat chakra, generates your 5th layer of your aura. And so how flowing this is, this 5th layer, and how well functioning and the energy flows through this 5th chakra has everything to do with your peace of mind. So there could be one woman with 4 kids and a job who has a lot better flow there than the other woman, and that's how come they wouldn't perceive their situation in the same way. They wouldn't think of their problems and issues in the same light. It has a lot to do with this fifth chakra, throat chakra, because throat chakra is communication with other people, but also how you hear people's communication to you, and also inner voice, how you're able to think through your own issues, and also hearing your angels, because your angels are always trying to give you uplifting ideas and solutions and advice and support. But if this is too blocked, or your fifth layer is too blocked, you just can't hear it. And worse than that, you could even have negative energy in your fifth chakra or your fifth layer that gives you a very negative self-talk, or makes you be a little bit like a broken record, where you continually think about a situation that's bothering you again and again and again. So again, that has a lot to do, sometimes it does have to do with the fourth chakra as well, particularly in those super negative situations, but it for sure has to do with the throat chakra, because throat chakra it's the one that I would say most directly relates to the mind, the state of your conscious and subconscious mind. So super, super cool. Overview wise, this triplet set does have 80 participants in it, which it almost wasn't going to, but I think it just depends on when I email people to remind them, hey, there's a triplet set coming up. I would definitely encourage you to try to be proactive and try to sign up by paying for triplet sets as early as you can, just to get the drama out of the way. But I think with the holidays, people get more distracted. So anyway, long story short, there were all these spaces left, and then I emailed everyone, and then they all filled up. So this does have 80 participants, which I think it's inspiring, to think of that there are 80 people, in different countries and different places in the U.S. that are getting help with their peace of mind, and that are going to have less drama in their holiday season. It's a cool thing. Yay! And of those 80 people, 6 of them are kids, so hi kids, hi! And the kids, the ages are between 5 and 10 years of age, so it's a pretty close age range this time, and it's even boys and girls, 3 boys, 3 girls, between the age of 5 and 10. So, and hello to their parents for, that's a pretty evolved thing, to pay for your kids to get a group of 3 energy healings. Very neat stuff. So some of you may think like, oh, what do kids need energy healing for? But everybody is sensitive to energy. Everybody has past life baggage, so you'd be surprised the interesting effects. Kids are usually more open to the healings helping them, and so it can help them focus in school, or it can help them sort of behave better at home, or sleep better, or just their outlook, just like us adults. I gotta stay warm. Okay, so and one tip, if you're just in case some people aren't gonna watch the whole intro video, one tip that I have for the participants, I noticed in a lot of the surveys that relatively a lot number of surveys that have come back so far have had grounding issues, and I think that's because there's a lot to this healing set. There's like 3 different groupings of technique that is in the healings, and so it does inspire a lot of releasing of energy, which is great, but you can't release a lot through kind of a meh grounding. Grounding is your connection to the core of the earth, the center of the earth. It allows you to dump energy out, release blocked energy, get rid of it, because the blocked energy, a little bit of it's your resistance, but then the rest of it is, energy from your work or your neighbor or your relative or whoever, and so if you send it down to the core of the earth, it gets neutralized and it goes to whoever it belongs to. So then you're freed up to flow better, right? So having a big wide grounding, as wide as your whole aura, so you know, I like to say that it's as wide as, you know, sort of the heel of your hand if you stretch your hand out. That's pretty much, you know, what I would say. So unless your aura is like real cramped in, but that's not good. So, you know, let your aura just flow and be big, you know, because you're not gonna, even if you're standing next to somebody, it's not gonna be in their space. Like, energy doesn't work that way. So go ahead, have a nice big aura, and that's how wide it would be, most likely, roughly, is as wide as the heel of your hand. So then you want your grounding that wide, and you want it to be that wide all the way down to the core of the earth. And even behind you and in front of you. So that far behind you, that far in front of you, you're grounding. And just imagine like a big red or orange or yellow waterfall. Okay, so a lot of participants, their grounding got too skinny, you know, like it got as skinny as it was, say, a week ago, but a week ago they weren't releasing all that much energy. They, you know, they're inspired to release more because of receiving these healings, but you have to have somewhere for that energy to go. Otherwise you're going to feel kind of off. That's, I think, a big part of why people, they talk about healing crisis. So it's a healing crisis. A healing crisis is a phrase that I'm not a fan of at all. Usually, you know, it means that you feel kind of meh when you're getting healings, which I don't think is necessary. I mean, sometimes probably it's necessary, but I think a lot of times you can just feel fantastic if you have proper technique to kind of surf the waves of you know, bringing in new energy and releasing the old stuff. So the cornerstone of that good technique is a really wide and flowing grounding. Okay, so some people that I, you know, read their survey to, their grounding had gotten narrow, and then you could feel sad, or you could feel irritable or spacey or whatever, and that is because you're trying to release a lot, but it can't release through your skinny little grounding. So wide grounding, remake it. So I'm going to put at the bottom of this playlist, towards the bottom, an old but good short video. It's 6 minutes, tricolor earth energy soak. It's like a grounding related exercise where you bring up red and then orange and then yellow earth energy and you soak in it, but it tends to flush out your grounding and get out of, and first of all, make it nice and wide, but then second of all, make sure there's not like a sort of a mountain down there of stuck energy blocks, because you could, you know, that was sort of issue number 2 that I saw in some participants, is that maybe they did have a wide grounding, but they had this big mountain of energy blocks towards the bottom of their grounding, and it just makes you feel like, you know, you're sitting on a pile of your own problems, you know, which that's not good. So so that would be the second thing, is, you know, wide grounding, remake it wide, wide, wide. I would say, you know, maybe if you want a general rule of thumb, you know, like 3 times a day at least when you're doing these triplet sets, you know, remake it nice and wide. And then the second thing is, you know, get rid of that mountain of energy blocks in the grounding, which you may or may not have, but I did notice, you know, that was happening more with this set of healings, just because it's a pretty comprehensive set. I mean, in part because we're helping people clear their holiday baggage, and a lot of people have a lot of holiday baggage. So it's trying to release. You got to give it a way to go down with like really flowing wide grounding. Okay, so flowing white grounding, flowing wide grounding, and you could do that with the tricolor earth energy soak video if you want, and then just learn the process and do it. Because even if you do that video, you don't have to do it every time. You could just learn, okay, bring up wide grounding, wide red grounding, bring up red grounding, you bring up red earth energy, soak in the red earth energy. You know, like you can do a 1-color earth energy soak, you could do all 3 colors, but you could learn it. It's such a simple process that once you learn the video, you don't need to play the video. You could just do it yourself without the video, you know, as you're feeding your kids or driving or, you know, whatever. Okay, so now, technically speaking, but overall, I mean, a lot of people did already feel really good benefits from this healing, from the Friday healing. The Sunday and the Tuesday healing, as most people realize, uses the exact same techniques. So what I talk about in these videos applies to the Sunday and the Tuesday healing of this triplet set as well. But so far, you know, some people clicked really into all the great feelings of it already, if they had the proper grounding, and they remade it. So that's nice to see. But as usual, with the second healing and the third healing, I think the positive effects will deepen, typically, for people. But please keep doing your surveys so I can make sure that's happening and see if anyone has any unique issues, or yeah, that helps. Okay, so an overview of the techniques. I think I haven't made it yet, but I think I will be making 2 new technique videos with this intro video for this triplet set, and that's because the techniques of this healing, you could break it down into 3 areas, and the first sort of technique grouping, maybe, the video already exists for that one. And the video that exists for this one I will put in the playlist, of course, because it's relevant, because it shows you what I did. The video title is Get Present in 20 Minutes, which is a cute, very trendy little title. Get present in 20 minutes. You too can do it. But it's a 20-minute video. And, anyway, but it talks about what I did in the first part of the healing. Basically like the first 10 minutes of the 29-minute healing. And overall, that's just a preparatory step I have to do to get people really present. Because you can't help people clear something as, you know, potentially as like holiday baggage in an easy way if they're not so present and they're scattered. So this was the intro part, getting everybody really as present as I could, was this Get Present in 20 Minutes video. That's what would show you what I did, but essentially it's I did some earth energy soaks, you know, bringing up the earth energy, nice wide grounding, double checking grounding a lot, and then we healed and unblocked all chakras. Oh, we did aura repair first too, because you got to fix the aura. A lot of people, you know, had damage in the back, and that will really wreck your mood. If your mood is ever really, really bad, your aura is damaged. I would bet a lot of money on it. So, you know, aura repair. So I'll put that video also in the playlist for the set towards the bottom, because it's not a new video. That one is the gold energy aura buffer zones video, which reminds me I should redo my buffer zones. But anyway, that video is gold energy aura buffer zones. And so that first part, we did aura repair, we did but that's in the Get Present in 20 Minutes video. So if you wanted to do everything that's in this healing, you could just do that Get Present in 20 Minutes video. But anyway, so aura repair, wide grounding, flowing grounding, you know, bringing up earth energy, and then healing all chakras and unblocking them all. And we did that in the way that Get Present in 20 Minutes video does, which is you make a composite copy of all the physical body chakras, all the major ones, plus the Kundalini chakra, and you clean that out with gold bottle brushes made of energy, and it's really easy and gentle, so it's good. And then we did that with also the astral body chakras, all 7, and cleaned them out, and you know, so that it works well. And that's an easy way to get a lot unblocked. So like, you know, some people had better sleep, some people had things didn't bother them as much, and I think in part it is because it was just such a thorough chakra clearing. So that was the first part of the healing, and so I don't need to make a new video about that. And then the second part and the third part of the healings, those I will be making videos of right now. Maybe outside if I can talk fast enough before the sun goes down. We'll see. Cross your fingers. But so the second part of the healing, the middle part, has to do with peace of mind, and it was a lot of throat chakra work, 5th chakra, as I've already explained, and 5th layer of the aura, as I've already explained. And so that's I'm gonna put all that in a technique video. We did which I don't know what I'll call it, but you'll see it in the playlist. Probably peace of mind will be in the title, and probably, you know, 5th chakra, maybe 5th layer will be in the title. I don't know how much I can fit. But anyway, it was a lot of working the 5th layer, you know, clearing energy blocks out of it. Also, telepathic mesh and moonroof area. So telepathic mesh area is this area right in front of the throat chakra of the 5th layer of the aura. And then moonroof area is in the 5th layer back here, in the back of the 5th layer. And I do have videos on moonroof healing and then a video on telepathic mesh healing. So I'll put those in the playlist towards the bottom if you've never heard of the moonroof area and the telepathic mesh area. Basically, they're just parts of your 5th layer of your aura. And again, your 5th layer has to do with communicating, your own inner thoughts, your mind, peace of mind, hearing your angels. So like super, super cool stuff. But anyway, telepathic mesh and moonroof area, those are key areas energetically to have very safe and clear so that you can function really well with your communicating and your listening and your hearing of your angels and your thoughts. So we did extra clearing out of those particular areas. And so I will somehow shove a quick version of that into this new technique video. But I did, that was the middle part of the healing. And we did the astral and the physical. If you're super newbie, you can blow off the next couple sentences I say if it's confusing to you. But you have 2 5th chakras. Your physical body has one, and then your astral body in the throat area has a 5th chakra, like it's a match set, you know. And so you have 2 5th layers then of your astral body aura and your physical body aura. And so I made sure to heal both on everybody, but at the same time. You just kind of match them together and imagine them together and then heal it all at the same time. So anyway, that was the middle part of the healing, and that again is all about peace of mind, which is priceless. Priceless, and you can always have more of it. I do have a recording that I should probably mention. I think it's 12 minutes long on my website. It's in that free meditations menu, so you can download it for free to a desktop computer, and then you can put it on your smartphone from there if you want. But it's called Peace Now, and I don't think it does a lot of chakra work. It may work the 5th chakra a little bit, but the idea is, you know, peace now. You know, like not peace once you have a different job and once you're making more money and once you move and once this, so it's like, no, you can have more peace now. Let's work it now. Which, you know, is very true. So anyway, that's an aside. I can't put that in the Triplet set playlist because it's an audio recording that's on my website. But you could do that one if you want. Totally optional. Okay. So then the third and final section of this healing was clearing baggage, proactive clearing, which I've already talked a little bit about. Proactive clearing about daily tasks, birthdays, and holidays, which is huge. And for many, that's the whole point of this healing. You know, it's like, yeah, they want peace of mind, but they really need peace of mind around the holidays, and they don't have it. So it's more targeted. You know, the middle part was sort of overall peace of mind, but then this is targeted to, but I really need peace of mind around the holidays, or more peace of mind, because growth is always incremental. So it's not this absolute like, oh, I have peace of mind now, I'm done. You know, but they want more peace of mind around the holidays, or, you know, every Monday morning, or every, you know, Friday when they have to do their bills, or, you know, whatever, like the repeating times, daily tasks, birthdays, and holidays. That's what the third and final section of the healing works. And basically we use 2 different techniques. One is stacking and clearing, which is super easy. I have a stacking and clearing playlist if you want to see other options for that technique. But I will make a video for this final part of the healing, where we do proactive clearing for daily tasks, birthdays, and holidays. And so that video will include stacking and clearing a little bit, and it will also include echo effects, clearing echo effects. It's like just a different way of looking at some baggage that you're ready to clear. Like, say, it's like you imagine like a string of beads that's all, you know, like in a row like that, or a line with like, you know, little beads on it. And like, say if we're talking about, say you celebrate Thanksgiving if you're in the US, and so there's a different bead for each year's Thanksgiving, you know, since you were little. And so if the bead, the way you do the technique is like you see one bead for each of those events, this repeating event, and then some of them are very dark or very, you know, bright white, which is overwhelming, you know, and whatever it is, like those are ones where you have some stuck energy or some stuck baggage from that time period. And so you want to have, you know, the way the angel showed it to me is like, ideally you want all those beads to be clear with a little bit of gold in them. And so if they're not clear with a little bit of gold in them, then you clear it. You know, you just use gold light and maybe some red earth energy, and you just clear it off so that you don't have old baggage creating an echo effect, you know, reverberating forward and making you feel bad about this Thanksgiving. You know, if you clear all that, then you could have pretty neutral or potentially positive experiences, you know, with this Thanksgiving. I mean, personally for me, I just avoid the whole holiday. It's not a holiday for me. It's just like a day. But everyone else is, I mean, there's so many people that it's a holiday for, that creates sort of an energetic climate. But anyway, so even if you choose not to acknowledge certain holidays anymore or birthdays anymore, you may have had some traumatic ones in the past. So it's a good technique to use just to help clear that away. Because otherwise, you know, if you don't clear baggage, you bring it into the next life, and why bother? You know, better to clear it, lighten up, improve this life, and of course improve your next one. Okay, so that's pretty much it. It's a super long intro video, but this healing was there's a lot to it. So I guess it is what it is. Hope it helped. All right, so I better hurry up and make the technique videos before the sun goes down. Bye.